So despite the fact that there's now a lot more education around things like psychological and emotional abuse and coercive control, a lot of people still seem to struggle with those concepts, instead mainly or only associating abuse with direct physical violence, or screaming, or name calling. So let's get into 10 behaviors that absolutely constitute abuse. And if your partner does any of these things, you're in an abusive relationship. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissistic abuse educator and a narcissistic relationship recovery coach. Make sure you hit follow and you can book a session with me through the link in my bio. And just quickly, the true definition of abuse is a pattern of behavior used to gain or maintain power and control over another person. Number 1, driving dangerously or erratically with you in the car. This is about intimidation, power, and control. Number 2, throwing things, kicking or punching holes in walls, and destroying personal property. A lot of people think that because their partner is not punching or kicking them, that this doesn't constitute physical violence. But it absolutely does. It's about power, control, intimidation, and also remember that abuse escalates. Number 3, threats of self-harm. i.e., if you don't do what I want or if you leave me, I'm going to unalive myself or hurt myself in some way. This is emotional and psychological abuse. This causes emotional and psychological distress, and it's all about gaining and maintaining power and control over you. Number 4, constantly monitoring your location, where you are, who you're with, going through all of your messages, social media, etc. If your partner distrusts you to this extent and feels the need to exert this level of control over you, what you're doing, where you're going, who you're seeing, that is indicative of an abuser. That is toxic and unhealthy behavior. And as I said before, abuse escalates. This type of control and possessiveness is associated with physical violence down the line. Number 5, isolating you from friends and family. Abusers want to be the only voice that you hear. Turning you against your friends or family, or turning your friends or family against you, is emotional and psychological abuse. Number 6, gaslighting and making you question your reality. Gaslighting is quite an extreme form of psychological abuse, and it is a favored weapon of narcissists and similar abusers. Number 7, the weaponized use of withholding love, affection, and approval. The withholding of these things to punish you, demean you, or devalue you is incredibly damaging. It affects your sense of self, your self-esteem, and your self-worth. And this behavior has no place in any kind of healthy relationship or any relationship at all. Love is not a weapon that you take off the table in order to hurt your partner. Number 8, stonewalling, silent treatment, and temporary discards or breakups as punishment. These tactics are designed to make you self-censor, stop holding this person accountable, lower your standards, kill your boundaries, and maintain power and control. Number 9, continuous criticism. Picking at everything that you do, making it such that nothing you do is ever good enough and you can never meet their standards. Included in this point is continually shifting the goalposts. They want you to do this, you do it, they shift the goalposts here so it's still not good enough. This type of behavior is psychological and emotional abuse. And number 10, continually accusing you of things that you haven't done, wouldn't do, or might not even be possible. Constant accusations that you're cheating, lying, or doing ridiculous or impossible things are really common in relationships with narcissists and psychopaths. This is one of the biggest indicators that you're in a relationship with a pathological person. And I'm talking, you go to the bathroom for literally a minute and a half and they accuse you of fucking the waiter while you're in there. This is psychological abuse. And I don't mean a normal enough or healthy enough person who has suspicions that their partner is cheating and has asked them about it a few times. I'm talking about continuous, aggressive, ridiculous accusations about things that are not even possible. And I know there's gonna be a bunch of people out there who know exactly what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Let me know in the comments how many of these you've experienced and whether or not you realized that they were abuse.